right. Today we have a story. Now, usually sitting around campfires, we tell scary stories at nighttime, but that's with the big kids.
Yeah.
And this could be a very scary story, but you'll have to wait and see how it ends. What is this story about? I have a little audience and little ears, so I better tell the good version, right? Whether it's good or bad, or scary in the middle, it's all true. Okay, this is a story about an outdoors woman who loved to be outside. She would be outside any time she could get herself outside. From a young age, she would be outside. She would be backpacking and climbing mountains and kayaking and hiking and whatever, just to be outside and spending time in the outdoors. She loved it. But one time, she doesn't remember where she got bit. This is the scary part. She got bit by a tick. Oh, ticks are tiny. Sometimes you can't even see them, but they're real. You've been bit by a tick too.
Will.
So this outdoors woman who loved the outdoors, she got bit by a tick. She doesn't even remember seeing the bullseye rash. Even if she saw the bullseye rash, she wouldn't have known what to do because she didn't know, ready for the scary word, what Lyme disease was. She didn't know. This lady didn't know what Lyme disease was. Even if she had a bullseye rash, she wouldn't have known any better to go get help. So what'd she keep doing? She kept playing outside. She kept being in the outdoors. She kept doing triathlons and being an awesome mom, being an awesome person, working hard, working out, being a personal trainer. In any spare moment she had, she was outside running up in the woods. She loved being in the mountains. But one day, her body decided that enough was enough. Ooh, so scary. And it gave out on her. And here is a healthy outdoors lady, and all of a sudden her body didn't work anymore. It stopped working. Her arms stopped working. Her legs stopped working. Isn't that scary? She didn't know what to do. She didn't even know what to turn to. Nobody was there to help her. The doctors couldn't even figure it out. And she couldn't walk. She could hardly even talk anymore, you guys. You'd be talking to her and she'd fall asleep. She would try her best to walk to the bathroom and it was so agonizing and in pain. She'd have mini seizures. Her heart started making funny rhythms. I told you it was scary. What is she gonna do, I wonder?
Call for help?
Call for help? She didn't even know, and people didn't believe her. They said, well, how can you be so sick? You're so healthy. And the doctors, even the naturopaths, they couldn't figure it out. They said, oh, you must have viruses. We'll treat the viruses, and that helped for a little while. But this lady, she says, I'm not going to go from being a strong, independent, outdoor-loving athlete that has kids and is an awesome mom to nothing, to not even being able to walk. That's what she said. She says, I'm not going to give in to this junk that's in my body. I'm going to get better. And man, she was stubborn, this lady was. She was very stubborn.
What does stubborn mean?
Stubborn is when she's tough, like she doesn't even give up. She's always trying new things to make herself feel better.
Bad.
So she started just
Bad.
meditating and listening to her body, say, what do you need, body? What do you need? And let me tell you what, this was about 10 years ago.
What?
10 years ago.
What?
And the doctor said, oh, get used to it. You're always going to have to be in pain all the time, and your nerves won't be working, your brain won't be working right. She sold everything she had. She sold her animals and her small farm. She sold it all. It was a scary, scary time.
I'm praying for her, Mama.
You're praying for her? That's very good. Even the old man that they called Grandpa, who was in his 80s, had to come help her unload groceries because she'd save all of her energy to go get groceries for her kids, and then she'd come home and she couldn't even unload them. She was so weak and fatigued. Don't cry, it's okay. The story will get better, I promise. It'll get better. So she tried things. She started cleansing. She started eating super healthy, cleaning out the inside of her body. Started cleaning it out. She started eating food that was alive instead of dead food. She started walking even though it hurt. She'd speak blessings into her life even when everything hurt. But maybe the tip of her nose didn't hurt one day. She said, "Thank you for the tip of my nose." So she was strong. She was stubborn. She's a fighter. She wasn't going to give up. She wasn't going to accept that she was just going to lay in bed all day the rest of her life. No way. She had a life to live.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So what did she do? She kept trying. And she started getting better. And the doctor said, "Oh, that's very good. Go on your merry old way." And she did that for 10 years. She just kept kind of doing her thing, and she got a new life, and she found a husband, and she had more children. But then she started kind of getting bad again because she thought maybe all that stuff she was doing wasn't really doing much for her anymore. So she stopped eating good, healthy food. She had some stress that came into her life.
What does stress mean?
Stress is like something that's hard on your body or your mind or your emotions or your spirit. It's hard on your body, so your body gets tired. And symptoms started coming back again.
Mama, like my body.
And of course,
body soaking out when I was walking up a hill.
yeah, you got tired going up the hill, yeah. Sit down, Bubba. Well, she said, "Oh no, it's coming back, it's coming back." You want to sit on my lap? It's hot, huh? She said, "Oh no, I have a family to take care of. I can't let this stuff come back." She said that. And she loved the outdoors, but she kind of tamed things down a bit for the 10 years. By this time, it was called something else, called chronic Lyme disease. And her heart was still a little funny. She had some other weird little symptoms, but she kind of got used to things and just kind of went along with life. She didn't realize that things were sneaking back in, creeping back into her life. That's the scary part. It creeps back in slowly, so you don't even notice sometimes. You might feel a little bit tired after you do something fun. Social, visiting with friends might seem a little bit harder. Well, but thankfully, she eventually found a naturopath that said, "Have you ever been tested for Lyme disease?" This lady didn't even know what Lyme disease was. Even though she'd had chronic Lyme disease for about a decade. She didn't even know what it was. So what'd she do? Did some research, got tested. Sure enough, she had 9 bands. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's scary. And so, now she knew. Now she said, now I have a diagnosis. And instead of getting all scared and accepting that her life was going to be pain and misery like most people do when they have Lyme disease, especially chronic Lyme disease, she said, "No way, I'm a stubborn warrior. And I love the outdoors and I want my life back. I'm not going to let these bacteria take over." And viruses and nasty grossness all in her body. Oh, thank you. Wait. Thank you. So now, no, it's water. So now that she had a diagnosis, she said, "That's just a word that gives me power and empowerment," that she said, "to do something about it now. And now that I know my body needs to heal, I got to go back to what I know, what worked before. And I got to be really strict about it now that I know for sure that there's something, not just a mystery, but there's something for sure, for real." She goes, "Wow, I'm going to get better than I ever felt before." She was determined. Still listening?
Yeah.
It's hot, huh? Smoky. She was determined. Is this a scary story? Is it scary? It gets better because now, can you hear her? She's getting stronger.
No.
Bird. She says, "I love the outdoors and I want to raise my children in the outdoors. I can't be a hobbling around with a cane anymore." Even though she used to have a really nice cane. Oh, I'm telling a story, you grubby little face. And here's the good part, you guys. Now, she spreads hope and encouragement and love to other people that have the same disease. No hitting. You can go play over there with the stick if you want. You go over there and get a stick. Here. So now, just sit there. I'm almost finished, okay? The story's almost finished. It's really only the beginning. But it's only the beginning of lots of other people's stories. And only part of this story. All right, so where did I leave off? She had a diagnosis. She knew what to do to get better, to get those viruses and the bacteria that was hiding all over her body to go away. She says, I know what to do. I did it before and I'm going to do it again, and this time, I'm going to help other people get better. And so she started spreading, hope and love and encouragement all through the Lyme community. And this is where the story is amazing. Because guess what?
What?
Whoa, let's not do any more.
What?
Instead of giving up and giving in and letting it take over, she says, no way, I want equality of life. I want to love the outdoors. Uh-oh, getting out of control here. Is the story getting old? Maybe for a 2-year-old it is. Hot, Bubba, hot. She says, I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to live life because you only get one. And I'm going to make the best of it. So she got better. Is that amazing? She got better, and the people said she would never get better all the way. Hold on, I gotta watch him because he might get an owie. Okay, come sit in the chair. Come sit in the chair. Come sit over there. Okay, oh, they're gonna compete for my lap. Okay, I think the story's coming to an end. And now, you know what she does? Whoa! She spends time where she loves to be. Oh, don't do that. Don't wiggle it, sweetie. Come here. Come here, Elsie. Come here. Elsie, come here. I think they sat for long enough and listened to the story. But the story ends like this, full of hope and encouragement and love for other people. And love of the outdoors and no fear of those ticks, huh? Even though we do use tick spray. Who's that story? Uh-oh. Wow, we almost lost it.
Yeah.
Who's that story about? Do you know?
No.
Who's that story about? Have you heard a story like that before? Do you know a strong, stubborn woman who loves being outside? Who?
It's from...
How about you're looking at her? How about you're looking at her? Is it Mommy? Did Mommy used to be really sick? Oh, no pushing.
Yeah?
Yeah, does Mommy... You don't know when I was really sick, though.
Yeah.
Because you're only just turned 4. You know the happy parts. Do you like Mommy getting to play with you? Yeah? Whoa! Okay. It's time to go end the story.
No, tell Billy Goat's Gruff.
Oh, tell Billy Goat's Gruff. Okay, we're going to end this story for right now and go on to another story called The 3 Billy Goats Gruff.
Yeah.
But that's the story, a short version of my life and my walking this journey of Lyme disease. And I'm able to be out and enjoy being in nature with my children and being in the outdoors and having energy to do so. And that's the big thing, is having energy to do so. And I hope to spread love and encouragement and hope to the Lyme community, because I am so spoiled, you guys. Oh yeah, this is like everyday life. But I thought I would. I love these grubby little faces. And yes, I have 5 kids. And these are the 2 littlest ones who sat and listened to my story. The other ones are off on a hike right now. And we had a campfire going. And, all right, that's all for now, you guys. Thanks for watching.